That's actually kind of one of my main reservations to jumping into WNBA DFS is because I know I would like quickly become kind of like the Condia or the Max Dowry of it. And I just like, I don't want to kind of cannibalize the sport before it has like a chance to grow. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're putting the community above yourself.
Welcome, everybody. Today, I am joined by a truly prestigious guest. He's an analyst for the site Daily Grotto. He's a winner of like multiple live finals that you can like find in his Twitter bio. But most importantly, he is the king of WNBA DFS. Michael Leone, welcome to the program, bro.
Man, thanks for having me. I like your pronunciation there, the Daily Grotto. We
Oh,
actually, Drew and I came up with Daily Grotto when we were at the Playboy Mansion baseball finals and hanging out in the grotto there. So
you guys got a great little operation going over there. But, you know, I know you guys cover like a lot of sports and stuff, but there's a different sport I want to talk to you about today. And that, my friend, is a little thing I like to call WNBA DFS.
let's do it. Yeah, FanDuel launched their WNBA DFS last week, and me and some of the Daily Roto guys put in some projections together, and it's been fun.
Excellent. Yeah, dude. And so, like, that's kind of what I provide to, you know, my followers, like my fans, my viewers, my subscribers. They come to me and they're like, man, dude, how do I crush all these sports? And, like, we've conquered so many sports, dude, like NFL, and we did one on how to crush NASCAR earlier. And this is kind of like the next frontier. And, you know, a lot of people don't know this about me, but I've actually been grinding kind of like WNBA film, like, since it started in, like, 96, dude. You know, Cynthia Cooper's led the league in scoring, dude. She was just killing it, and it killed me that I couldn't play DFS back then, dude, in 96. But now it's here, dude. And you, my friend, you took to this like fish to water, because I don't know if everybody knows, but you won $5,000 this past weekend, the day before Mother's Day, playing WNBA DFS. Tell me how this went down.
So, as most challenges get started on Twitter, Tommy G was involved, Draft Cheat was involved, and I believe it was your boy Leviton there challenging Draft Cheat to a head-to-head. Some other people got involved. I know Seth Yates and Tommy G were going back and forth a little bit. I hopped in. We decided to create a five-man game. Trash talking was going, so we had the WNBA tout game, little five-man action there.
You're kind of bearing the lead here, but you took this bad boy down, dude. First place. You are the king of WNBA DFS.
My girl, Jonquel Jones, in the second half, she had like, I don't know, 17 rebounds in that game, a few blocks. She was all over the place. High energy player. And Levitons was the only other person on her. I knew he'd be on her because he loves his preseason stuff, and she did good in the preseason.
Oh, yeah, dude. I love Jonquel Jones. Like, little fact for all you guys that are new to WNBA, she's, like, leading the league in rebounding right now. And I got to ask, are we worried about the San Antonio Stars here? They started the season 0-2, bro, but, like, I think they can get out of this hole. Do you have any takes on the San Antonio Stars' slow start?
You know, Monique Curry, she's a wily vet there, getting that mid-range game going, but they looked pretty brutal those first couple of games. I don't know, man. I don't see it. I don't see it turning around.
Well, look, like this is kind of why it's been hard for me to transition to WNBA DFS, is because I'm so familiar with the sport, and so it's been hard for me to kind of like detach like the names from the points, which is something you have to do in fantasy a lot. And basically why I wanted to bring you in here is I want to teach my fans what I know about WNBA and what you've learned about WNBA DFS, dude. So why don't we let's break down how did you win this $5,000 thing? Like, what was your process, dude? Like, show people how this sausage got made.
Dude, it was kind of a nerdy process when my buddy Galen, who writes for Daily Roto as well, and I decided to throw together some projections. So we did a lot like we do NBA, you know, just looking at last year's stats as a baseline, putting together usage rates, projected minutes. We really nerded this thing out and came up with some projections. But I had the opposite experience as you, Mans. I mean, you're so familiar, as you said. I wasn't familiar at all. So I've got these names on a spreadsheet. I don't know who they are, if it's accurate or not. So there was like some concern that we'd just play somebody that was completely awful and it'd be terrible.
Well, if you ever need, like, just feel free to slide into, into my inbox, dude. I can give you some knowledge before you're filling out your lineups here, dude. Like, the man's is here to hold court on WNBA.
I need some man's game theory plays. I think that's where I lacked. I won that 5 man, but I would have liked to take down another GPP. If I had some man's game theory specials, I think I could have done it.
Oh yeah, dude. For sure. We'll get into that. But one thing, I am a little upset. Because you guys like formed this 5-man, $1,000 contest, and I don't know if my invite like got lost in the mail. I like don't know if you guys like what happened, but like Mans was a shoo-in for this contest, and I get it. Like you don't want me to take your money, but like, dude, where was my invite?
Well, I mean, we had Leviton from Fantasy Labs, we had Seth from Roto Grinders, Draft Cheat from Fanvice, I was from Daily Roto, and the man's, I mean, you're the man, but dude, you got no affiliation, so you couldn't be in the Tout War game. I mean,
Dude,
that was Leviton's decision, I think, and I don't want to bring this up, but I think looking at the Broathlon type stuff, I think he may have thrown that interception to Bales. I don't know. It looked sketchy to me. I just want you to know that I was in your corner.
all right, dude, there's a lot to unpack that you just threw at me here. So let's start out with the top, dude, that Mans has no affiliation. Look, Mans is an entity to his own. And this is actually a nice segue because I've been meaning to post this online. This is my new hat. This is my new logo. And I'm going to be releasing an avatar. You know what? I'm going to release that tomorrow when we post this video. You can now, on the DFS sites, post or have your avatar be the man's logo. That's your affiliation, people. We're debunking this myth that there is no affiliation with Mans. No, we are our own entity, and you're going to take down a GPP with the man's avatar. Second of all, it's interesting you brought up that interception with Levitons, and I don't want to, if you're not familiar, I did this whole broathlon with Johnny Bales, Adam Levitons. I took second. It was a fluke. Bales was on roids, and as Leone's just said, Levitons threw a back-breaking pick at the end of the game. So I think you bring up a very good point. The fix was in. They both are working at fantasy dabs, so like clear collusion there. And as you saw in the video, they've already had to vacate their winnings, and it's been a very traumatic, few weeks for me. So I appreciate you pointing that out.
You haven't been treated fairly. I mean, I think that's quite clear. But Tommy G from Guru Elite was in the 5-man too. So
Tommy
just to.
I've heard about this guy, dude. I see this guy Tommy G's trying to like start fights on Twitter. I don't think we've talked much, but yo, Tommy G's, yo, what's up? The man's is here. If you want to throw down, dude, I don't know where you're in Rutherford, you're in New Jersey, dude. You want to throw down, dude? The man's will throw down with you, dude. Just come at me, bro.
No, I mean you gotta do your thing, mans.
Yeah, speaking of Tommy G's, dude, look at this guy coming in this 5-man. So you took this down with 187 points, very, very respectable score. Tommy G's down there with 139 points. This is like a middle school score right here, dude. What's the deal with this guy bombing this contest?
He took a 0. It was really embarrassing. I mean, I felt embarrassed that he was competing with us. It dragged down the integrity of the whole competition. I mean, I don't want to demean my victory because I'm very proud, but at the same time, I think everybody that competed was, they felt let down that it wasn't a true 5-man competition. I mean, all the scores were pretty close, and then a Cliff, and then Tommy G, just, clearly all bluster, bluster.
Let's pull out here a little bit. Let's talk about like WNBA DFS in general, because this is like a new thing here, dude. They've just introduced it. WNBA, incredibly popular sport, finally getting around to adding DFS for it. What are your thoughts about it gaining in popularities as we go forward? Obviously, this video will give FanDuel's a huge bump, the man's bump. But like, what are your thoughts about WNBA DFS in general? What attracted you to it?
I'm hoping the man's bump is real. We need some liquidity in the lobby there. I haven't seen too many mans head-to-heads, but NBA DFS is my favorite form of DFS. I love it. Drew got me into it a few years ago, and even though I started with baseball, NBA is my favorite. And it's a similar type thing. I was tilting foul trouble. I was tilting field goal percentage variance. So it's got a little bit of that NBA to it. So that was one reason I like. The other, it's fun. Everyone's figuring it out, and nobody's got anything like crazy advanced models. We don't have Salil, Max Dowry in there, dominating everything. So I don't know, there's just this fun, adventurous aspect to it that sometimes gets lost in the grind of the sports we've been doing year after year, day after day.
That's actually kind of one of my main reservations to jumping into WNBA DFS is because I know I would like quickly become kind of like the Condia or the Max Dowry of it, and I don't want to kind of cannibalize the sport before it has like a chance to grow. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're putting the community above yourself. So I get that, but it sounds to me like you might be a little bit scared, and maybe that's why you didn't get into that 5 man.
What did you just say to me, bro, dude?
It sounds like you're making some excuses to not play.
All right, dude.
You know,
I'm gonna lump you in with Tommy G, dude. You want to throw down, dude? We'll just go to blows. I thought we are gonna do a nice little interview here. You're trying to like call me out on like my dude. Ask me a WNBA question, dude. Just try to test me. Ask me a question, dude.
who won the title last year?
That would have been the Seattle Storms.
I have no idea.
Oh,
Right.
dude, you just got. Oh, dude, look at that. You can't bullshit a bullshitter, baby. Dang.
I know Brianna, right? She's
Dude,
the main woman over there.
I love Brianna, dude. No, but another thing that's awesome about WNBA DFS, dude, this league pass, it only costs $17, dude. I would have paid $2K easily for this. It's only $17.
I couldn't believe it. I logged onto my phone. I'm like, oh, do I want to spend the money on this 17 bucks? Purchase. I mean, what's NBA League Pass? Like 10 times that, maybe even more.
And it's the perfect like companion piece to WNBA Twitter, dude. Everybody's posting the gifs, the memes, dude. It's like being part of a community, dude. And League Pass is just like an extension of that.
You got to be able to watch your women play. I mean, that's part of the DFS sweat. You got to watch the games live.
Now, if we're gonna talk about WNBA DFS, I need to probably address like the elephant in the room. And I don't shy away from this kind of stuff. And, I ask the hard questions here. And so this has been like a struggle for me over the years watching WNBA. And I need to ask you, do you find yourself getting distracted while you're building WNBA lineups because you're looking at these avatars of these beautiful women? And like, are you having to like tuck your boner into your sweatpants? Like, how are you focusing on the numbers when you're building? I mean, because this is a new frontier, dude. This is the first time we've like bet on women, unless you've done like DFS MMA, dude. So like, tell me, how are you handling this? Because like, this is new, dude.
You just gotta. There's no sexuality here, right? You're just playing players. They're basketball players, NBA players, WNBA players. We're just getting the best basketball players in the lineup.
It's I agree with that. That was a very diplomatic answer. I mean, I previously had a relationship with Rebecca Lobos.
Oh,
and so
okay, I didn't know that.
I know how like tempting it can be. So I just want to make sure that you can separate like business from pleasure. And it's tough, dude. It's tough. And if you ever need any advice on that, like the man's has kind of been through it all, dude.
Do you have a binder like Mitt Romney, a binder with all the WNBA players, binders of women?
Oh yeah, Diani Tesori's, dude, Shamika Holtzclaw's, Lisa Leslie's, dude. Like it's the man's is kind of like infamous, dude. Like I don't.
He's known in those circles, huh?
He's known in those circles, dude. So, I'm still working on my internal models for the WNBA, and I'm trying to decide if I'm going to share those with the world. Now, you're obviously at Daily Grottos, but I went to the site and like I didn't see any WNBA content. Where are you, dude? People are going to watch this video. They're going to be like, I want to know what's like in Michael Leone's head. Like, how do I get his WNBA projections? Like, what do you tell those people right now?
Well, they can follow me on Twitter. We'll throw some tidbits out there. They can follow my boy Galen Dragiv on Twitter. I'm sure I just butchered his last name. He's going to yell at me afterwards. But, dude, I mean, some of this, we got to keep some secrets, man.
I do want to let you talk about your site because I do know you guys do some other non-WNBA stuff. Tell people a little bit about the Daily Grotto. You guys got like the little gazebo. You come out under there, you drink a lemonade, you get some of urine dinks, projections. It's a grand old time.
It's a great time. Yeah, dailyroto.com. We've got MLB projections, NBA projections. Of course, NBA is winding down, and we just do the regular season. But the cool thing with our projections, they're all customizable. So if you don't agree with a baseline on a player or something, you can put in your own baseline, immediately get a new projection. You don't agree with how many runs we think a team's going to score, you can put in your own run total and see a new projection for MLB DFS. So it's really cool. It's interactive. We do lineup alerts, podcasts. We do it all, man.
That's awesome, dude. Oh, one other thing I just wanted to remember here, dude. You're a new dad, dude. You just had a kid. Is this not correct?
This is correct. Micah Thomas Leone, born on January 27th. So very excited. And it's been, weird, the combination of hashtag dad life and DFS life. It's been a grind, it's tough to get those lineups set when you got a crying baby in the background. I know Leviton's, he doesn't really talk about his kid. He talks about Jerry a lot. So it's probably comparable to.
Exactly. Do you think someday you're gonna sit him down? Maybe when he's old enough, let's say like 7 or 8, maybe like put him on your knee and kind of look him in the eye and be like, in May of 2017, I won a $5,000 WNBA DFS contest. Are you gonna be able to have that conversation with your son?
Oh, absolutely. And we will certainly go through the names that lost, and not only lost, got embarrassed in that 5 man. And then, I think that'll make him proud when he sees, that other than Tommy, it was a pretty loaded field and I came out unscathed.
Yeah, dude. Hearing this, I'm very excited for Micah's life. I think he's gonna grow up into being like a well-rounded young man who's gonna crush DFS, just like the man's and like his father, Michael Leone's.
I hope so. I'll pass it on to him. He'll, maybe he won't even go to high school. Maybe I'll just have him running numbers, running models. I mean, there are other paths to life than school, right? I mean,
Excellent. So one more time, let people know where they can find your stuff. I don't know how to spell Grotto, so spell Daily Grotto out for people, and remind people what your Twitter handle is too, because that's where you're going to be dishing out. You're gonna be doling out those juicy WNBA tidbits.
absolutely. DailyRoto.com, dailyroto.com, and my Twitter is at 2hats1mike, and that's the number 2 and the number 1, 2hats1mike.
Excellent, dude. So, thank you very much. The Michael Leone's coming on, and don't forget, I'm gonna post. I'll post links to Mike's site in the show notes. I'll also post a link to the man's avatar so you can rep it when you're on FanDuels, when you're on DraftKings, and we'll start taking down some of these 5 mans, dude. People out there don't think we have an affiliation, dude. The Man's Nation is about to start taking down some 5 mans. Thank you very much, everybody. Don't forget to get paid and get laid.